What is happening, folks? Sebastian Quick here, welcome you back to the Quick and our playthrough of Windrose. The demo, that is. A couple of interesting things going on. We received word a day or so ago, maybe a couple days ago, that Windrose now has a release date, or at least an early access date. And that date is April 14th. So, coming right up. Yeah, like a week or so. It was when they announced it was like a week or so later. So, very quick turnaround on that. Obviously, they've been planning it for a while, but decided to keep it close to the vest until very recently. So, very excited about that. Yeah, somewhat related. It will probably not come as too much of a surprise to folks that this is not my this playthrough that we got going on right here. This is not my first one. I've been doing some playing off camera as well. This is technically this is the second world I created. I've created another world. The first world I completed the demo. Then I created this one to do on camera, and various things came up, and my ability to record and release videos has been limited. So in the little tiny bits of time that I've had, I have recorded a third world, and I've come close to finishing the demo in that one as well. So have a number of hours in this game. So with the release coming up, what I thought I would do is actually have just do like an impressions video. This will probably, with the release coming in just a couple of days now, yeah, 2 days as of the recording of this. I'm not going to continue with this playthrough. Once we get the full version, or at least early access, I'll start a new one with all the new bells and whistles that they have available in that. So I'm going to button this one up with a like an impressions. I'm going to go through some of the things I like about the game, some things I don't like about the game, some things I hope that they fix in the release. So without further ado, let's get into it. As I play around, oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do is, since my last recording, my last session, I did a little bit of upgrades to my base here. Added a nice little porch here, added a nice little hearth from my fire here up on the porch, upgraded my storage here for food. You know, it's just the little things here and there. So, yeah. Got things going, looking pretty good here. There's a nice railing going down here. Really digging the... well, we'll get into it. We'll get into what I really dig. So, anyway, let's see. What am I at here? We are... no, I don't want to do it all. Yeah. So let's, while we're talking here, let's set sail for our next area. Alright, let's first check, make sure we have everything we need. I think I will bring a couple of things I want to bring. Okay, I've got... do I have... I do not have a bell. Do I have the ability to make a bell? I want to be able to fast travel from the island. Let's see. I can make a bell. Very good. Go craft that. What... oh, do want to take it as well as craft it. Oh, I did have a bell. Oh, wait a minute. No, no. What am I? I'm so confused right now. So it was in the chest? Okay. Well, I'm going to need a second one. Well, I'm not going to need a second one. You know what? I'll bring two with me. What the heck? They stack. I do need wood. Technically, I don't. I guess I could get wood there. But I might as well bring some... what is it? All split stack. Alright, let's bring the 20 with us we need to make the thing. Alright, there we go. And the other thing I wanted to bring was a shovel. Just because I have to do a little digging. Alright, we are ready to go now. Things I like about the game. It's a pirate game. Who doesn't like pirates? Pirate games have been really, really hit and miss for quite a while, actually. There have been a few really good ones, a lot of not so good ones, and honestly not a lot in the way of middle of the road. pirate games. So the possibility, even the possibility that this is going to be a very good pirate game is very, very intriguing and welcome. So just the kind of the pirate. I mean, look at this guy. This guy's just really looks good. And another thing I really like about the game is the art style. I think they've done a fair job with the foliage. They've done a fair job with the world. The character creation I thought was really good. It's not the most detailed, but I think it does a really good job allowing you to create the pirate that you want to be. I do like the water effects. I saw another video, somebody talking about how it looks a little too maybe gelatinous, and they're not wrong, but given the difficulties in creating, given difficulties in the history of creating water effects in video games, I think this is among the best, honestly. Yeah, it could be a little more liquidy and less kind of jello-like, but there's been much, much worse, and I don't think there's been a lot better. So, yeah, one of the things I do like about the game. Yeah, we talked about the world. I like the you know what? Let's get underway here. You don't need to see me dancing around on the beach. Okay, we are aboard our ship, and we need to go around the horn, I believe, here. Talking about combat. I like the combat. I've seen a lot of videos that say the combat is one of the weaker things about the game. As you'll see, I like a lot of things about the game. The combat may well be one of the weaker things about the game, but I actually kind of like it. It takes some getting used to. It is a little wonky, maybe a little janky, use some fun terms, but once you get used to it, I don't find myself really getting bored with it. If you are not, if you don't, you can't take, even now after almost two complete playthroughs, and this world as well, you still can't take the combat for granted, and I appreciate that. You really do have to focus. You have to pay attention, especially when you're fighting multiple enemies. They can easily and quickly overwhelm you. So yeah, so I actually like the combat. I find that once you gain access to multiple weapon types, you can weapon swap and do some pretty cool things. So I think that's one of the things I like about the game. I like the map. They do a really good job with the map. I like the ability to add notes. That is, you'd think that was a simple thing that all games would have these days, but they don't. I mean, you can't. In some games you can add a little marker, but you can't add a tag to it to describe what that marker is, which I find frustrating. I like the fact that you can do that in this game. I know here I can go over here and get some sweet potatoes. I can go up here and get more sweet potatoes apparently. So there's some clay down here, some sulfur, which I don't think is there anymore, but so I appreciate the map. We're going to get into something when I get to the something I don't like about the map, which I hope they'll fix. But next thing, building. Probably could have done this one back at the my base. I think they have a really good building system. Not unusual these days in a survival crafter. Valheim has a really good building system. Enshrouded has probably the best building system, most kind of granular. And even a game like Hytale has some pretty cool building. I mean, that's a little bit different. It's block based, but yeah, all of these games now have good building systems. But it's important for a game like Windrose to not drop the ball on that, because that's something that can really hurt you if you don't kind of keep up with your competition there. So I appreciate the building system. The prefab, I've gone on probably a little bit too much about my little hut back there. and my ability to build a nice little prefab quickly and easily, and then immediately start using it. I thought that was really cool. That's something you don't see in a lot of games these days. Enshrouded doesn't have it. Valheim doesn't have it. So that's something I really appreciate. In one of my other worlds, I was able to actually put two of those little hut things together to make a larger unit. Again, pretty seamless to do that. So again, something I really feel the game deserves some good credit for. It's got all of the typical, or most of the typical quality of life systems that you find. Quick drop off into storage, crafting from storage. I mean, especially that quick drop off. You can quickly and easily sort your stuff. You know, you come back from doing some exploring and adventuring. Within 30 seconds, you've got everything where it needs to be in your storage, and you're ready to go back out. It's just really slick. Okay, let's see. Let's put down our point here. So I've got a couple more positives, good things I like about the game. Because I'm doing this right now, I'm gonna talk about something I don't like about the game. I'm gonna go out of order a little bit here, and this is kind of a controversial one. I'm still kind of I go both ways in this one. The fast travel system I find almost too almost too much. It's very easy to fast travel between 2 points. So I just put this down. Boom, I can do this, and I can not go back to my island because I forgot to put down I forgot to put on a fast travel point back at my main base. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to sail back there. Luckily I did make another bell, so we'll be able to do that. But if I had not been distracted and put down a fast travel point, then I could just, you know, go up here and I click a button and I'd be back at my main base. You need a bell and you need 20 wood. I forget what the bell costs, but it doesn't cost much to create these little fast travel points. So it as is the case with fast travel a lot, it tends to shrink the world a little bit, make it seem less vast. The other thing you can do is, similarly, you can, from your boat, you can fast travel anywhere. You can fast travel back to one of your points. So not only can you fast travel from your individual these individual bell points, but you can fast travel from your boat. And you can call your boat from anywhere. I can come over here and I can hit K and I can summon my boat and it's right there. So yeah, it's traversal around the world is almost too easy. Now, if it were not this easy, now that I've played it like this, I'm kind of hoping they don't take any of these away. It might be nice if they made them a little less accessible. Maybe they make the fast travel points a little more difficult, expensive to create. Maybe they limit them. As far as I know right now, there's no limit to the number of these fast travel points that you can create. So anyway, that's one thing I'm kind of on the fence with the game right now. We'll see if anything changes with the early access release. But anyway, let's get back to the last couple of things I like about the game. The comfort system is actually really, really good. This is something I think Valheim could benefit from. So, decoration, this is where you get your comfort stuff. You can see right there in the description, you get comfort +1. Comfort bonuses in this category do not stack. So this is a seating category. You just need one of these items around your base within the area of your bonfire. You just need one of these items, so you know immediately which items are in each category and which will give you. So Valheim does not order these in a useful way, so you're always wondering, is that, do I already have one of those? Is that, if I build this one, so I really appreciate that they've organized these like this. It makes it very easy to quickly tell whether or not you've maxed out your comfort. And actually, we did talk about this last. We talked about the character creator and how I think it hits a sweet spot between customization and let's say giving you more freedom than is necessary. You can't create a beastly looking, well, actually you might be able to, but it's yeah, you yeah, I think it gives you just enough to create a character that you want. What is that? What is that? Oh, that's one of those flowers. So I think this is one of the flowers that you get. Yeah, this is. It's just had a very odd green. It's because behind those it was backlighting those leaves. Yeah. So this is a ingredient that you need for alchemy. Anyway, so I like almost all of the major components of this game. I don't think there is any major component that I would significantly change. And I'm, again, really excited for the next version that's coming out. Let's go up. Okay, this is a mine. This first point of interest is just a mine, copper mine. There's my boat. I don't have to mark my boat. In Valheim, if you leave your boat, you have no idea where it is. You need to remember to mark it so that you know where to come back to. So I appreciate that. Again, another thing I like about the map. I do need to eat before I get into a little trouble here with enemies. Alright, things I don't like about the game. Couple of things I think are related. I don't love the fact that if you go to, if you hit escape to go to the menu, game doesn't pause. Related, if you can't sleep through the night. Your bed functions only as a respawn point, so you're stuck going through, playing through each night. I think both of these are an artifact of the game's origin as a MMO, or at least a large-scale online game. Which, of course, in those games, it doesn't make sense to, pause the game. Since you're going to be on a server with other players playing at the same time, it doesn't make sense that, going to the menu would pause the game, because what's that mean for anybody else on the server? Similarly, what does it mean if you can't really sleep through the night when other players are wide awake and doing stuff? So I would like to see them change this. It is possible to do both. Minecraft recently released an update that allows, when you're in a single player world by yourself, you can pause on menu. So it is possible to do that, and similarly I assume it must be possible in single player games to allow players to sleep through the night. It's not a big deal because nothing really wacky happens at night in these games. You can see these dudes come out on the beach, but it's easy to avoid them. They're really slow, so it's not a huge deal, the whole nighttime thing. But it would be nice to have that as an option if you just don't feel like dealing with the darkness. Here we go, damage again. So combat again. So you can see I like I'm not bothered by the methodical nature of this. Yeah. Let's see. One of my big gripes right now is I like most things about the crafting. One thing I don't like is you have to repeatedly click to chop down a tree or to mine or what have you. you can't do a hell click and keep on swinging. That seems like it's a quick and easy fix. I hope that's something they do fix, because right now it's pretty annoying to have to click, 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 click. I find let's see if we can get it in action here. I find, yeah, that grass grow in is, eventually you start to not notice it as much, but going around here and just coming around and seeing the grass just kind of suddenly kind of pop in. It doesn't pop in. Like I said, it's more like a growing effect. And it doesn't, and maybe this is a bug on, but there are settings for view distance. There's even a setting for view distance on grass, but changing that doesn't change its effect. You still get this interesting grass growing effect on, regardless of what that is set to. So that's one thing I wouldn't mind seeing them fix is that grass growing effect, or at least make it configurable. Take those. Whoa, that was interesting. I did not mean to go that way. That bleed is really powerful. I hope they don't change that. I'm not going to spend too much time. Oh, here we go. Here we are at one of our points of interest. Next thing I don't like is, oh yeah, all of the resources in this game respawn. So if I chop down these trees, I believe the trees will respawn. Those flowers I picked earlier, those will respawn. These bananas over here, let's get some bananas. Oop, thorn fiddler. These bananas will respawn. I'm gonna pick them. The trees disappeared, but they will come back. So I can mark this on here and come back and get some more if I need to. And I do like that. One thing I find a little odd is that the ores respawn. So that's, well, actually you do get it in some games. I'm thinking again online MMOs. You often see that, or that's a big boy. Ores respawn in Warcraft, World of Warcraft. Ores respawn in a game like New World. So you do see it, but this isn't an online role. This isn't an MMO anymore, and to have auras respawn in single-player games is, or limited multiplayer games, is a little odd. So I'm not saying it's something I'd like to change. It's just something that I find a little strange. And again, I don't know what the answer is, because you do want to make sure you have a good source of ore going forward. I guess I'd like to see more mines. Not all of them have to be. Ooh, that charges. Not all of them have to be outside either. Ooh. Good thing I brought some extra. All right, this guy. Yeah, he does that. You want to watch out for that little craziness. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, it's a good thing I have a number of... Alright. Yeah, there he goes. Again, that bleed, man. That bleed is... I'm a little nervous they're gonna nerf that. It makes these... Especially the boars themselves seem to be really susceptible to bleed. Did I lose them? No, I didn't. Alright, let's bandage up here. Hopefully, I think that usually there's only one savage boar in one of these little encampments. We might get some other ones. Probably yeah, there's a charging boar, but he won't be quite as bad. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the ore thing. Yeah, I'm not sure what the answer is there, but it just, I find it a little odd that ores respawn. Maybe you could have, more ore. I'm thinking more like Valheim. go. So anyway, again, not something I necessarily straight up don't like. It's just something I find strange and feel like there's a better way to do it. Boat acquisition management. This is something that seems a little bit too easy, and I'm wondering, especially with this one, I'm wondering if this is something they've done specifically in the demo to give people access to that sooner than later. I mean, to get that initial boat, you don't even have to construct it. All you have to do is talk to the Dr. Galen there, the quest giver, and he just basically, after you talk to him, you can just summon it. So, and you can summon it, like I said, everywhere. You can just go down to the beach and say, okay, give me my boat back. Oh, you got me that time. Boy, that's some serious ragdoll physics there. You're gonna charge me again. So I don't know. I feel like it can be a little bit more involved there, getting your boat. But this guy is up. Oh, he bled out. Yeah, I feel like at least you should have to like construct it out of materials or something. It just seems a little bit too easy. I would make that a bit more of an accomplishment, but not a huge thing. One thing we talked about earlier, how I do like the map. One thing I don't like about the map, especially, I think this is the case. It's not so much a problem here. You notice the map does not remember your last zoom level. It's not a huge change here because you start at a reasonable zoom level. When you're in your boat out at sea, it's really annoying because every time you go back to your map to see where you are, it's always zoomed back up, way out. So it'd be really nice if it remembered your last zoom level, and you didn't have to like zoom all the way in just to see where you are in the ocean. So that would be one thing I would like changed. One interesting, maybe we'll actually we probably won't get to that point in this little playthrough here, but I'm sure they'll fix this in the release. But when you get to the point where you are rescuing the prisoners, we're going to need some more space here. I don't really need that. Oh, I guess I could have picked that up. Actually, I think there's another chest here. Let's see. Yeah, one of two. We need to find another chest here. I think it's up top. Yeah. So you get to the point where you, one of the missions that we're on right now is to rescue some prisoners. If you go up to there, then they're held in these cages. If you go up to the cage to try to release them, you talk to them, and the last thing you click is, go ahead and release prisoner. They don't actually leave. They're just still in the cage. They say, okay, I'm gonna head back to your base now, and you go away, and they're still sitting there in the cage. So it's a little weird, a little off-putting. It makes me feel like I made a mistake, and I didn't actually, because there's no confirmation for individual characters that you actually successfully completed it. So it's just a little confusing. So it would be nice if they actually left the cage. And the last thing, actually I can show you this one right here. Last thing that I'm not crazy about is, so you see something sparkling, these crates are sparkling, it makes me think, oh, I need to take an action on these. Okay, well let me read what they're. Old crates piled up and heaved soon to crumble and rot. Once sold supplies, now as there's no eruption, clotted damp gunpowder. Leave. Now, I would expect that to stop sparkling. I've taken an action on this. I've completed this little action here, whatever. I'd want that to stop sparkling because I feel like I'm still supposed to do something there. So that would be another thing I'm not crazy about, and I hope they change. And that's all that came to mind. A lot of little stuff. I would say none of these are, well, I guess the game doesn't pause on menu, and you can't sleep through the night. Those are moderate things, I think. Probably moderate changes to the game to resolve them. So I would, kind of understand if they did not go in that direction, but I hope they do. Most of the rest of the stuff is just little, I think. So a lot of it's also personal preference. Some people like a lot of fast travel options. Can't blame them for that. Yeah, I mean the grass grow in. I don't know. That seems like it should be fairly easily resolvable as well. But I mean, it may be a resources. It may be a game resources thing. Maybe if we solve that, then it creates a significant drag on the game and slows, significantly slows down performance. Again, the sliders in the settings, video, I think it's down here. Yeah, grass draw distance. Regardless of how I change this, it doesn't seem to affect here. So maybe this is a bug. Maybe they can fix that, and then it will be better. But anyway, not gonna prolong this video any longer than it needs to be. Really excited about launch. Really excited now that I have again gone through almost 2 full playthroughs. The demo includes 3 islands, your starter island, and then 2 additional ones. Once you've fully explored and fully completed all points of interest on that island, you go out and you do ship battle with one of Blackbeard's boats. Let me tell you, that was a bit of a change. I think I died. I think I died 4 times trying to complete that one. So it was significantly different combat. It was not difficult to disable his ship. What was tricky was the boarding and the combat on the ship, because very, very tight. If I had more practice with blocking and parrying and such, it might have been a little easier. But I rely, and this is pretty typical for me in most games, I rely a lot on dodging, and that's just not as viable in boarding on ships. So definitely struggled with that. Finally was able to complete it and fully complete the game in my first world. But yeah, so that's the demo. You get 3 islands in the ship at the end. Really looking forward to doing something else in the game, and looking forward to seeing what they've fixed, what they've tweaked. So that's my ship over there, I believe. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this journey through what I hope is going to be the next great pirate game. I think this game has a chance to be that. It's getting a lot of good press. It's getting a lot of good, It's getting a lot of good word of mouth. So I think it's one of the more wishlisted games right now on Steam. So excited about that. So yeah, definitely will be posting some videos from my new release playthrough. But until then, yeah, hope you can join me. Any requests, any comments, what you're looking for, what you like about the game, what you hope they fix. Yeah, love to hear about it in the comments below. But until then, until we start this up again, I will talk to you next time.